Hello all, welcome to this new lesson. In the previous lesson, we discussed about the conditional operator in C language. And in this lesson, we are going to learn how to evaluate expressions that contains a combination of arithmetic operators, relational operators, and logical operators. Okay, so let's get started. So in the previous lessons, we have learned that while evaluating expressions that contains arithmetic operators, then we must first evaluate multiplication, division, and modulo operators, and only then we must evaluate the plus and minus operators. This is because among the set of arithmetic operators, the first priority is given to multiplication, division, and modulo operator, and the second priority is given to plus and minus. Similarly, whenever we are evaluating an expression that contains relational operators, then we must first evaluate less than or equal to, greater than, and greater than or equal to, because these operators are given the first priority, and the second priority is given to, equal to, and not equal to. Also, whenever we are evaluating an expression that contains logical operators, then the first priority has to be given to logical not, second priority has to be given to logical and the third priority has to be given to logical or. We also know that while evaluating arithmetic expressions, the associativity that needs to be followed is left to right. While evaluating relational operators, we have to follow the associativity left to right. And while evaluating logical expressions, we will have to follow the associativity right to left for logical not. And for logical and logical or, we will have to follow the associativity left to right. So all good till now. It means if I give you an expression that contains only arithmetic operators, then it is very easy to evaluate because we know the priority rule as well as the associativity rule, associated with these arithmetic operators. Similarly, if I give you an expression that contains only relational operators, even then it is very easy to solve because we know the priority rule and associativity rule, associated with relational operators. Similarly, when I give you an expression that contains only logical operators, even that would be very easy to solve because we know the priority rule as well as associativity rule associated with these operators, correct? But the problem arises or the confusion arises when you want to evaluate an expression that contains a combination of arithmetic, relational, and logical operators, right? So there you get a confusion as to which operator must be evaluated first. It means you get confused as to, should I evaluate logical operator first, or should I evaluate relational operator first, or should I evaluate arithmetic operators first, isn't it? So to avoid such kind of confusions, we will have to follow a rule called as BUARL rule. Okay, so let me repeat. Whenever you want to evaluate an expression that contains a combination of arithmetic, relational, and logical operators, then you will have to follow a rule called as BUARL rule, okay, where B stands for brackets, U stands for unary operators, A stands for arithmetic, R stands for relational, and L stands for logical. Okay, so it means the first priority is given to the brackets, the second priority is given to unary operators, the third priority is given to arithmetic operators, the fourth priority is given to relational operators, and the fifth priority is given to logical operators. Okay, so it means in an expression, you will have to first evaluate the expression that is part of your brackets. And once all your brackets are evaluated, then you will have to go ahead and evaluate your unary operators, right? Once your unary operators are evaluated, then you must go and evaluate your arithmetic operators. And only once your arithmetic operators are evaluated, you will be able to evaluate your relational operators. And once relational operators are completed, okay, evaluation, you must evaluate the logical operators. Okay, so this is called as BUARL rule. Okay, brackets, unary, arithmetic, relational, and logical. Okay, so keep this in mind while evaluating these expressions. Okay, so brackets has to be evaluated, in the order left to right associativity, and unary operators has to be evaluated in the order right to left, and arithmetic operators have to be evaluated from left to right. Similarly, relational operators has to be evaluated from left to right. Whereas while evaluating logical operators, for logical not must be evaluated in right to left fashion, and logical and logical or must be evaluated from left to right. Okay. So having known this, okay, so let us now go and solve an expression that contains a combination of all this so that you will be in a better position to understand what I'm actually discussing over here. Okay, so let's go and solve. So as you can see on the screen, you have an expression which contains logical operators, which contains relational operators, which contains, arithmetic operators, and you also have brackets, and you have unary operators. Okay, so you have a logical not, which is basically a unary operator. Okay, so as per our BUARL rule, first we will have to evaluate expressions, okay, that are part of your brackets, and then go evaluate your unary operators, then arithmetic, followed by relational and logical. Okay, so let's follow that rule. So first let me evaluate the expression that is part of these brackets. So 2 plus 1 becomes 3. So I will keep it as it is. Okay, I mean, I will keep the 3 here, and the rest I will keep it as it is. Okay, so 2 and then with 3 less than or equal to 3 plus 1 or with 5 greater than 4 multiplied by 2 or with not of 0 equal to 3 modulo 2 plus. Okay, so 3 will be here because the brackets has been evaluated. So once the brackets are evaluated, we will have to evaluate the unary operators. And in this expression, we have only one unary operator, that is nothing but logical not. Okay, so we know that logical not, when applied with a 0 value, will become a 1. Okay, so let us replace that with 1, and we'll keep the rest as it is. So 2 and then with 3 less than or equal to 3 plus 1 or with 5 greater than 4 multiplied by 2 or with not of 0 is 1 equal to 3 modulo 2 plus 3. So as you can see, I've evaluated the brackets as well as I've evaluated the unary operator. Okay, so once we complete the brackets and unary operators, we will have to now evaluate the arithmetic operators. Okay, so among arithmetic operators, we will have to first evaluate star division and modulo. Okay, in the order given by associativity rule, which is nothing but left to right. So it means whichever arithmetic operators, okay, comes first in the from left to right, you will have to evaluate that. Okay, so we get we'll start keeping it as it is. 2 and then with 3 less than or equal to 3, we get an arithmetic operator, but this is having the second priority, so therefore we will keep it as it is. Okay, 1 or with 5 greater than 4. As you can see over here, we have encountered a arithmetic operator, and multiplication has comes first from left to right, and this is having the high priority. So let us evaluate this. Okay, so 4 2s are 8, and the rest we will keep it as it is. 1 equal to 3 modulo 2 plus 3. Okay, so now let us start evaluating the, we'll see if we have completed all the arithmetic operators. So as we can see, we have arithmetic operators. Okay, 1, we have another arithmetic operator 2, and we have 3 arithmetic operators, right? So total we have 3 arithmetic operators, but the high priority operator is modulo, so we will have to evaluate modulo first before plus. Okay, so let me evaluate this. Okay, so 2 logical and 3 less than or equal to 3 plus 1 or with 5 greater than 8 or with 1 equal to 3 modulo 2 will give me the remainder as 1, and then plus 3. Okay, so still we have 2 arithmetic operators has to be evaluated, so in the order left to right. So let me evaluate 3 plus 1 first, and then I will evaluate 1 plus 3 later. Okay, so it becomes 2 and then with 3 less than or equal to 4 or with 5 greater than 8 or with 1 equal to 1 plus 3. Okay, so now I will have to evaluate the final arithmetic operator. So therefore 2 and with 3 less than or equal to 4 or with 5 greater than 8 or with 1 equal to 4. Okay, so as you can see, all arithmetic operators are over. It means we have completed the brackets, we have completed the unary operators, and we have also evaluated all the arithmetic operators. Okay, so now we will have to go and evaluate the relational operators next. Okay, that is what is the next after brackets, unary, arithmetic. We now have the relational operators. So let us now go and evaluate the relational operators in the order left to right. Okay, so let us keep the rest as it is. 2 logical and, now we will see that we have 3 less than or equal to 4. Even this is a relational operator, as well as equal to is also a relational operator, and the high priority is given to less than or equal to, and this is coming first from left to right. So let me evaluate it. Okay, so is 3 less than or equal to 4? Yes, so this will result in a value of 1. The rest I will keep it as it is. 5 greater than 8 or with 1 equal to 4. Okay, so as you can see, we have missed out one relational operator over here, so we have this also. Okay, so less than or equal to and greater than are having the high priority. So because less than or equal to is coming first from left to right, therefore I evaluated this. Okay, so next I will have to evaluate greater than symbol, and once I finish this, only then I can evaluate equal to, because greater than symbol has no, the greater than operator has the high priority compared to equal to operator. Okay, so having said that, let me start evaluating it. Okay, so 2 logical and 1 or with, okay, so is 5 greater than 8? False, therefore this will result in 0. Or with 1 equal to 4. Okay, so let me start evaluating from here. Okay, now again we have one more relational operator pending, so let me evaluate that. So it becomes 2 and with 1 or with 0 or with, so is 1 equal to 4? False, therefore this will result in a 0 value. Okay, next, as you can see, all relational operators are over. So it means we have completed brackets, we have completed the unary operators, we have evaluated all the arithmetic operators, and then we evaluated all the relational operators. Now only finally logical operators are pending, so let me evaluate even those. Okay, so now again, among all the logical operators, the first priority is given to not, that is anyways evaluated, and the second priority is given to and the third priority is given to or. So it means first I will have to evaluate and before evaluating or. Okay, so let me evaluate that. So non-zero and with non-zero will result in 1. I will keep it as it is. Then 1 or with 0 or with 0 again. So both are having the same priority, so I will have to evaluate those operator which comes first from left to right using the associativity rule. Okay, so 1 or with, that is non-zero or with 0 will result in a 1 again, or with 0. Okay, so non-zero or with a 0 value will result in a 1 value. Therefore the final answer is 1. So the answer for this expression is 1. Okay, so I think you understood how to evaluate a expression that contains a combination of arithmetic, relational, logical, and unary, and which also involves brackets as operators. Okay, so as an example, I'll be solving one more expression so that you understand things much better. Okay, so and then later I'll give you an assignment. Fine. So as you can see, even there's a new expression which contains again, logical operators, relational operators, logical operators, okay, arithmetic operators, and all that. So as per our BUARL rule, we will have to first evaluate the brackets, okay, and the rest we'll keep it as it is. So 2 or with 3 greater than or equal to 4 minus. So let me evaluate this. So non-zero and then with non-zero will result in 1, okay, and the rest I'm going to keep it as it is. Okay, so and okay, not of 1 equal to 6 modulo 4 minus 3 minus 1. Okay, now I have completed evaluating the brackets. The next set of operators that I'll have to evaluate is unary operators. So I have one unary operator over here, not 1. So we know that when I apply logical not to a non-zero value, that becomes a 0. So let me evaluate that. So rest I will keep it as it is. 2 logical or with 3 greater than or equal to 4 minus of 1 less than 3 divided by 6 and not of 1 becomes 0. The rest I will keep it as it is. 6 modulo 4 minus 3 minus 1. Okay, now so I have evaluated both the brackets as well as the unary operator. Now I will have to first evaluate the arithmetic operators, and only then I can go to relational and logical. Okay, so out of arithmetic operators, I will have to first evaluate the high priority operators. Okay, and then the second priority operators based on the associativity left to right. Okay, so let me see which comes first. So as you can see, I have an arithmetic operator minus, I have an arithmetic operator division, I have an arithmetic operator modulo, and I followed by minus. Okay, so I'll have to first evaluate the division operator, because division operator is having the highest priority when compared to minus. So let me evaluate this and then proceed further. Okay, so 2 or with 3 greater than or equal to, okay, I will keep these as it is, less than, okay, 3 divided by 6 will result in a 0, because you have learned earlier that integer operator integer will result in an integer value. Therefore 3 divided by 6 will result in a 0 value, which is an integer. Okay, so then and with 0 equal to 6 modulo 4 minus 3 minus 1. Okay, so now let me see if there is any other arithmetic operators pending. As you can see, I have one arithmetic operator here, okay, another arithmetic operator here, and I have 1 2 3 4 arithmetic operators, but I will have to evaluate modulo first because this is having high priority. Okay, so 2 or with 3 greater than or equal to 4 minus 1 less than 0 and with 0 equal to 6 modulo 4 will give the remainder as 2 minus 3 minus 1. Okay, so all high priority arithmetic operators are over. What is pending is only minus. Okay, so let me start evaluating a minus from left to right. Whichever comes first from left to right, I will start evaluating it. Okay, so 2 or with 3 greater than or equal to 4 minus 1, which becomes 3. Okay, so 4 minus 1 becomes 3. Let me evaluate it. Okay, 3 less than 0 and end with 0 equal to 2 minus 3 minus 1. Okay, so now let me evaluate this. Okay, so 2 or with 3 greater than or equal to 3 less than 0 and end with 0 equal to 2 minus 3 becomes minus 1 minus 1. Okay, now again evaluating it further, it becomes 2 or with 3 greater than or equal to 3 less than 0 and end with the 0 equal to minus 2. Okay, so as you can see, I have I have evaluated all the arithmetic operators. Okay, so brackets are over, and then I've evaluated the brackets, I've evaluated the unary operators, I've also evaluated the arithmetic operators. Okay, so now what is pending is your relational operators as well as logical operators. Okay, so among relational and logical, the first set of operators that I will have to evaluate is relational operators, because as per our BUARL rule. Okay, BUARL rule. Okay, after evaluating brackets, then unary, and then arithmetic, what comes is relational. So let me evaluate relational operators now. So how many relational operators are there? Greater than or equal to, less than, equal to, equal to. So there are 3 relational operators. So let me first evaluate the high priority operators. So among all these 3, greater than or equal to and less than are having the high priority, and equal to is having the second priority. So out of these, I will have to evaluate greater than or equal to, because this comes first from left to right. Correct? So therefore, let me evaluate that. So it becomes 2 or with is 3 greater than or equal to 3 will result in true value. It is not greater, but it is equal to, and then I keep less than 0 as it is, and end with the 0 equal to minus 2. Okay, now evaluating it further, okay, I will have to evaluate this. Therefore it becomes 2 or with is 1 less than 0 becomes false. Okay, the rest I will keep it as it is, and end with 0. Okay, equal to minus 2. Okay, now evaluating this further. Okay, so I'll have one more relational operator. So 2 or with 0, I will keep it as it is, and then I have and operator, and okay, now is 0 equal to minus 2? It is false, therefore it will result in a 0 value. So as you can see that I have evaluated all the relational operators, and what is pending is only the logical operators. So evaluating it further, this becomes, okay, so out of or and the first priority is given to and the second priority must be given to or. So let me first evaluate and 0 and with 0 will result in 0, and then finally there is only one logical operator. When evaluated, will give me non-zero, or with 0 value will give me the value as 1. Okay, so therefore the answer for this expression, okay, is nothing but 1. Okay, so I now hope that you have understood how to evaluate expressions that contains a combination of all these arithmetic, relational, and logical operators. Okay, so let me show this practically to you. As you can see that the first expression resulted in a value of 1, and the second expression also resulted in a value of 1. So I must be able to do this practically and see the output. So as you can see, I have written a program, and the expressions are also the same. This is the first expression, and this is the second expression. Okay, and the result of the first expression is being stored in the variable a, and the result of the second expression is stored in the variable b. Okay, so if now when I print it, a value should become 1 and b value should also be printed as 1. Okay, so let me first compile this to see if there is any warnings or errors. There are no warnings and errors, so I am good to go. I'll go and run this code. Okay, let us wait for the output. And as you can see, the output is a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. It means our understanding of this evaluation of expressions are correct. Okay, so but I feel that for you to understand better, you must definitely do an assignment. Okay, so I have given you an assignment over here on the screen. As you can see, I want you to stop watching this video right now, take a pen and paper and start evaluating this expression right now. Okay, and post your answers, okay, in the comment section below, because I want to see, okay, how many of you have got the right answers. Okay, so take it very seriously. Don't move ahead in this video. I want you to please do this right now, and then go and practically do it on your computer to cross verify if you have really done it correct or not. Okay, so having said that, so if you want to work with other operators, okay, if suppose you have an expression that contains other than relational, arithmetic, or logical operators, then what will you do? Then you will have to, okay, follow this precedence table given in KNR book, that is Richie's book. Okay, so this is a precedence table along with the associativity for all the operators. Okay, starting from the priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, all the operators are given over here, and the associativity is also given over here. So I want you to follow this table and work on more and more expressions by yourself. Okay, so having said that, hope you understood how to work with operators, expressions, and using the priority and associativity. Okay, so having said that, okay, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Okay, so if you like this lesson, then don't forget to like this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of my upcoming updates on this programming series. Okay, so meet you in the next lesson. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Love you all so much.